ready to get started here. I've got a couple of casts, these two, this one and this one, from UrbaneOlive. So let's start with this one. All right, UrbaneOlive versus Bigchungus. A couple of very strong beginners right now, or at least in the tournaments they'd be classified as beginners. So let's see, UrbaneOlive in the green over here. He's got a very nice back expand. I love that. Man, that is like the dream expand. There's a tiny little choke here that could be a side, like, backstab kind of thing. And there's kind of a front door here for UrbaneOlive, so I really like it. Bigchungus, on the other hand, pretty decent forward expand as well. There is this mole rush we're going to have to watch out for. Chungus sees it. He sells down one of his farms. He's going to try to get... He needs to just get another warren planted. That's all. Yeah, the moles have already done their job. So to Chungus, I would say you just get a squirrel warren started, and you only need to sell the farms. Like, you sell once so you can pay for the squirrels, but you only need to sell the farms beyond that when the moles actually get on top of them, right before the mole hits. And then squirrels are way better than moles at defending. Like, you never want to build moles to defend if you can help it. So, squirrels would be the call there. Chungus doing a little counter mole harass. I like it. Although it is within sight. Okay, so UrbaneOlive's not going to be able to get much done here. Neither is Chungus. All of the pigs finish on both sides. A little bit of a back and forth. But there are two moles here, so we might be able to gun one down. I don't think so. I think the pig survives. Oh, a third mole pops out in time to kill the mole. And you sell. Okay. So, not too bad for Chungus. You lose 3 moles for a pig. Chungus going for an early boar rush here. And Olive getting into Squirrel Cam. So Squirrel Cam should be able to do a timing push before the boar is out if Olive sees it and wants to. Chungus is also being a little risky grabbing that expansion. I kind of think maybe sell the expansion. If you're going for a one-base boar, you need to put the rest of your money... Yeah, good, okay. Yeah, put the rest of your money into more squirrels to survive a timing push and have a good push with the boar. Because boars actually aren't that great on their own. Chungus needs to just focus on getting the board paid for. Probably have to sell one of his squirrel warrens to do it. Just one. Yep, that should do it. And then any more money he has goes into more squirrels or pigeons. Probably squirrels. Yep, more squirrels. As the push comes out, he could get a couple of moles as well if he wants. UrbaneOlive is going to go for a timing push here, but the boar might pop out just in time. Bear in mind, both sides are only on one base. Here goes. The boar is almost done, but we're going to have at least one warren go down. Bunch of pigs go down. The moles and cams are falling. There's a lot of squirrels left over, but Olive could just target the mill at this point, maybe? Okay, the boar pops out. But yeah, I think Olive can... Oh, man. And one mole hit does it. That was really close. I like it from Chungus. UrbaneOlive just barely attacked in time, and Squirrel Cam mole pushes are scary. There was also that one squirrel warren out in front that died really quickly. But good stuff. Let's go to this other game here. Between UrbaneOlive and Chicken Finger Subs, who I believe is Bigchungus' friend. So, let's see what we've got for this game. So this map looks like Chicken Finger Subs is going to have a really hard time expanding. There's a couple expansions over here he can eventually get into. And this... cabin, so late game this is going to be nice, but he's going to have to like move his warrens over and sack this original mill probably, whereas UrbaneOlive can kind of stay in his quadrant. So it's doable. Late game, Chicken Finger might be alright, but early on, UrbaneOlive definitely is going to be able to be more aggressive. We'll have to see how this goes. They both have a tier 3 they can try to pull a 1 base timing off of. They both have Falcon Cam. Chicken doesn't have squirrels, though. He only has lizards, so that's something you got to watch out for. Pulling off a lizard-only opening can be tricky. It's doable, but it can be tricky. I kind of think lizard openings are the one time when Falcon as your first tier 2 can actually work. Lizard Falcon is way better early game than Squirrel Falcon, or at least for the Falcons, because the lizards can kind of stand out in front, help DPS faster, and also be further forward to tank a tiny bit for the Falcons. It is tough to pull off, though. Olive has squirrels and moles, which together should be fine against Lizard Mine. Olive's base is kind of open, though, so the lizards could do some flanking or harassing, but we'll have to see. So far, it's just tier 1 off of that first base for right now. 8 farm. Okay, so UrbaneOlive is going to expand forward. Doesn't really need this mine anymore at this point. There we go, that's a better mine. Both sides trying to play a little bit defensive here. Chicken Finger getting into some cams. I like it. Cam Lizard isn't the best, but the cams should help tank mine hits if he attacks properly. Okay, and Olive is definitely setting up to keep this forward base. He's got some Warrens down, he's got a farm, he's got a couple of mines. Meanwhile, Chicken is going into a Badger, so this is pretty all in on one base. And I think if Olive is going to fight a Badger, he's going to have to get Falcons pretty quick here. It's pretty hard to fight a Badger with cams as your only tier 2, since the Badger can kite back and rev up on them. Now, you can kind of cam trap to get some damage to start if the Badger player is sloppy, but generally speaking, I think cams aren't great against Badger. We'll have to see. Welcome into the chat, Chicken Finger and UrbaneOlive. Okay, so Chicken Finger is supply blocking the Badger. You need to wait until... I'm going to pause. If you're making a Badger, you got to wait until the Badger is paid for before you get Pigeons. Pigeons are not going to help you with Lizards basically at all. So this Warren right here needs to wait until the Badger is paid for. Then you mass Pigeons. As it is, Olive might be able to get a timing just like he did against Bigchungus. Good mines. Good mines. Kills and weakens a lot of these squirrels. Another problem, I'm going to say, this fight is going well for Chicken Finger right now. But the Badger is still supply blocked. Like, that's a huge problem. Okay, the Badger's finally paid for. So Chicken Finger wins the fight out in front. Very nice. The Badger is started. So if Chicken Finger just waits for the Badger, maybe adds a few more pigeons. I think you need more than 3. 6 or 9 is probably a good number to have with a Badger at least. Oh, that's a lot of mines. Yeah, I could see a Badger walking through that and just dying. Oof. Lots of mines on both sides. Now, one of the problems is it is the 4.5 minute mark. In about a minute, Chicken Finger is going to be starving on this one base. So it might be good, instead of going for a Badger timing, to try to bust. Like, you can harass with it and try to get some value with a fight. But I think more important for Chicken Finger would be to try to expand off of it once he has a powerful army. Instead of just kind of diving. You don't need to think of this as an all-in. Especially with only 3 pigeons. Holy crap. Like, what? That's a huge food bank. Usually with tier 3 timings, you want to be buying tier 1 when the Badger is paid for. But let's see how this goes. There are a lot of mines here. Lizards are going to just get completely eaten up. Okay, so the lizard army is basically gone. The badger's alone, and without enough pigeons to heal up, this is going to be pretty bad. Yep. So I'd say even more important than walking around the minefield. Like, yeah, the mine's got value, but the actual bigger mistake here was Chicken Finger was floating way too much food. You need to have way more pigeons with that badger, or more lizards, or falcons, or something. Expanding is tough, yes, I agree. I guess you guys in the YouTube video can't see the chat right now, but Chicken Fingers here in the chat said you knew expanding would be tough. It's true. But floating too much food, you didn't have enough pigeons to support that badger. So now Olive has the 3-farm lead, should be able to just finish this out. A good game, though. Solid stuff. And it was an unfortunate map for Chicken Fingers. With the style he was playing for, this expansion was pretty tough. Now Olive can just kind of inefficiently clean this up. The badger will eventually come out again, but not before Chicken Fingers is starving. Yeah, with a badger, I'd say 9 is a nice start. With any other army, if you want pigeons, 6 is a good number. Yeah. Good stuff. Good play. And UrbaneOlive is getting pretty scary. I will say that UrbaneOlive took me out in a PBC lately. I've been playing the game longer than he has, for sure, but he knocked me out. I think it was a 2-1 or 3-1 or something like that. All right. There you have it. Thanks for watching.